everyone, it is another Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays, which is something that me and 4 other ladies are participating in each week on Wednesdays, and it's themed, and this week's theme is my theme, and I chose Book of Shadows or journal. Whatever you want to do, you can do a VR to this if you want. You can join in on the hashtag if you want, but be sure to check out the other ladies. I will have a playlist at the end of this video. So today, I'm going to show you my spiritual journal. So I've talked about this before a couple of times, but I have this chain that goes on my journals. It was on my previous one last year, and I moved it to this one. So as I finish them, I just move this over. It's very flat, and it marks my pages when I want it to, which is awesome. And then I took a tarot card, an extra one that I had from a fairy deck that I like, and I added it to the front. So I will let you take a look at this a little bit closer. Pretty spiffy, huh? And then I painted this, the front and the back, with a glitter paint because I like glitter. Of course, right? Because how dare I not like glitter? How could I not? All right, so we're just going to walk through this, and I will just talk a little bit about it. I'm not worried about anything that you guys see in here because most of it is just my spiritual stuff, like my inspirations, my research, things that I've done, things that I want to do, those kinds of things. So this is a leaf I found outside my house that I really liked, and I added in here. And this mostly is just stuff about my journal that for myself. And then this is a page where I'm just going to glue random things in. This one is recently, sometimes that thing that scares you is the best thing for you, from a fortune cookie recently. And then I do sideways monthly things. So I do the month and as a section, and then for that month, anything I research or do in that month will go for the month. So I don't do it by herbs or spells. I do it by month. So this one's October, and I hand lettered all of it. And I was working on tarot stuff, a lot of tarot stuff. So I was doing some readings. I was working on altar stuff, just journal entries, gratitude. I was learning more moon stuff, moon rituals, along with a tarot card. That's when I started participating in Samhain. And then I have like a little journal thing at the end, which I try to do each month to kind of wrap up the month. And then November. And some of you guys have seen some of this stuff watching my previous video. I've got a bunch of new stuff in it, but also because I do journal with me sometimes, and you'll see some of that in here as well. Another way to do the weekly tarot. What I did with this one was a little bit different. I looked at the card and I did it like an intuitive, like what I thought it was saying. Then I did the actual card meaning, and then at the end of the day, I went ahead and talked about what my day was like so I can compare the two, which I thought was pretty cool. It was a very interesting experience for a week. And then I journaled, and then my gratitude, and then my December page. Again, I hand lettered it. And for December, I did a bunch of crafts. This was one of the crafts that I did, the peppermint lemongrass bath salt. And one of my followers here on YouTube actually won this as a prize. And I talked about Yule. And then there's the Yule fairies. I found this, and I thought it was really neat, so I added it to my book. One of my moon water things that I did, and a learning experience with it. Learning about the moon, and then doing my goals for the moon as well. This was one of the first times that I did like a goal thing. And then my December favorites instead of an actual journal, and then saying goodbye to 2019. I had a lot of fun doing this page and doing my mantras, I guess is what you would call it. January, instead of hand lettering it, I tried a stencil, which I do not like as much, but it works out, right? My wheel of the year, or my card is the wheel of the year for 2020. And then most of you know I was doing a lot of fairy enchantment soul card readings, and this is my soul card stuff. This is the birch moon. I hand drew all of this, hand colored it. Some stuff on the Wheel of Fortune, some stuff on rosemary, columbine. Now this is a flower out of my own garden that I dried several years ago. And all I did was I took like a laminate, do-it-yourself laminate, cut it out, and then glued it in here. and stickers, and I'm a Capricorn, so, and then my daughter gave me this sticker and I journaled around it in colors because it's a colorful sticker. February, I used glitter on this one. I did hand letter it, but then I used glitter, and I don't know, it didn't turn out quite like I hoped, but it is very sparkly. I like that. My studies of Imbolc, my weekly tarot. I think this is the one that I did, and I'll put a link up here, but I did the journal with me on these 2 pages just a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago. And then this is my research on the Lunatici, which are moon fairies that protect the blackthorn trees, which is really, really cool. And then I didn't do a lot for February, so I just explained that. And then there's March, and I handed all of this. This is the first time I did a butterfly. It's really pretty. And then I added a quote at the end: "She could see no good reason to act her age." And I thought that was, you know, really good for March, because March is spring and new things are coming about, and spring is new and rejuvenation and stuff like that. And I wanted to remind myself that I'm capable. And then my celebration of Ostara, and some of you guys saw this page as well. And then this is just journaling, because COVID happened, you know, COVID-19 happened, and March went out the window. And then this is my April title page, and I hand drew and lettered all of that. And then this is my gratitude page, which I'm still working on. I liked this quote here: "When things go wrong, take a moment to be thankful for the many things that are going right." And that's part of gratitude for me. And then the people that I'm grateful for, like in words, and then like just single words and things, and then actual things that I'm grateful for, like actually like written out. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet, but I might just continue on with these 2, or I might put another quote up there. It just depends on how far it gets. My information about the pink moon in April, and then I did some goddess stuff for spring goddesses. And then these are all new pages pretty much from here. Well, pretty much from all the way back from February, I think. So anyways, I did my lavender page because I'm just learning more about lavender, and I started growing my own lavender and I wanted to do more with it. And then moon garden stuff, like gardening by the moon kind of things that I've been researching. The plants I intend to use in my garden boxes outside, which we did get my garden boxes up for Mother's Day, which is pretty cool. And then the moon garden stuff goes by the waning and waxing and full moon, so I figured I would use that like to remind myself which one is which. This is my May page, so for this month, and I hand drew my little gnomes, which are super, super cute. I love them. And then dandelions. So if you don't know, I've been trying new stuff, and dandelion happens to be one of them. I did try the dandelion tea. If you want to just take a look at that for a second, it's really easy to make. But they have recipes for the actual heads of the dandelions, recipes for the leaves of the dandelions, and recipes for the root of the dandelion. And I went through about foraging, what it's all good for, and that kind of thing. There's tons and tons of recipes that I found online for dandelion, and then I hand drew this as well. I'm slowly getting better at hand drawing, which I really like. And then I talked about the flower moon and a release ritual that I wanted to try. And of course, folklore. I really enjoy folklore on the moons. Then this is my Beltane page. And then because Beltane is associated with the Fae and Thinning of the Veil on the spring end, I also did my fairy door, which I don't know if you could see it or not, but I colored in greens and pinks and browns and blues all over in it. So, but I hand drew that as well. And that is my journal. So all the rest of these pages will be filled up month by month. And I'll just do my research month by month. And as I research things, I just add them in here. And if I do tarot stuff, I add them in here. And then I also color the pages as I complete the months. I haven't gotten around to coloring up the rest of the pages, but I thought it would be really cool to do that just as a quick reference guide. So yeah, but that is my spiritual journal. It's what I do. It's how I put all my thoughts together and everything else. So I'd love to see your guys's, and I hope you will join in on this. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a very great day.